Yeah, hey everybody, it's about that time. We're about 5 minutes late, but that's okay because we
talked about strange children's shows.
talked about
Eat your parents.
Eat Your Parents.
Eat your parents.
You know what?
I think Johnny would like that show.
Cronus would disagree.
No.
Cronus would say, "Eat your children.
Eat your children.
Eat your children and your vegetables."
Well, that'll be the
Eat Your Rocks.
aged up sequel.
You know, not gonna lie though, like Eat Your Parents is definitely like a good long-term goal for anybody.
It's the children's
in
version of Eat the Rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your parents have all the power, so you have to take down the man. And
Start small.
Start small. Eat your parents.
It's the opposite of trickle down.
Good job, Michelle Obama, with your liberal agenda.
Your food agenda. Hello, everybody. It is just about that time. I just did the numbers. We're on session 23 of our game. What did I name this one? I already forgot. I already named this this game the Immortal Odyssey.
The weight of
The Weight of Legend.
The weight of legend.
Uh-oh.
Stinky. I don't know. There's something about Legend probably is going to be happening today. Hello, everybody. We are a second edition Scion game where we play children of the gods who are trying to make their way towards godhood. Some shit happened last time we met. Specifically, some cool legendary stuff. People spent legend. People did
too much legend.
I mean, that's why this is called the Weight of Legend. Some people spent legend, and some people did some really cool stuff. And at the end of the day, you have allowed one person to get visited by their god parent or future god parent. Do you guys want to kind of go into a few highlights? Want to highlight what happened for some momentum?
We found out that Johnny's Beetlejuice. And I'll let Bar extrapolate on that.
When we did the highest, Johnny decided to use all of his legend and cause chaos and deception, but mostly chaos. That blew up in everybody's face, and thank God we were able to buy off the complications.
The complications of doing what? What were we specifically doing?
He was trying to make an illusion bubble, but then it kind of got a little crazy. And then
what was the big picture though? Like, what were we ultimately doing? Like,
we were trying to get the bust of Nefertiti and swap it out
Return
with
it.
A fake one. To do a big dupe.
The biggest dupe-a-doo that ever been duped.
Yep.
Everybody participated in it in varying ways. Johnny opened his third eye and let the chaos flow.
Thankfully, it happened only in the one room. It didn't happen where everyone else was. Kiva...
It was a good light effect.
Very good light effect for Kiva's music video, because she decided to have an impromptu fan meetup to participate in her music video that she was filming for. So she did that to create this very large distraction. Jay was the one that kind of created the fake bust alongside with Dog. And essentially what it does is that it looks good for a bit, and then a couple days later it's made of this gland, and then it'll basically it'll dissolve and it'll turn into Puck's head. So that way everyone will know, oh no, it was taken and this fox thief Swiper took it.
Swiper took it?
Swiper took it.
Oh no, she's gonna take up the mantle of Swiper.
She's just gonna become Swiper.
If you say Swiper no swiping 3 times, she can't do it.
She can't do it. That's her legend. But that's what Jay did. What did Wiley do?
Right, uh-huh.
Wiley was in charge of carrying the fake bust and then transporting the real bust, because he has the most delicate touch, thanks to dexterity, epic dexterity. So while Johnny was being a freak in the corner, Wiley swapped them out. And then because Johnny was going nuts, Wiley ran.
Staring into the 9th monkey dimension.
Wiley ran to Lee Bao. Wiley ran to Lee Bao and like yelling, like when he got closer, like yelling, like go go go, like some whatever. And then when they contacted, they were in the art museum
In Cairo.
Ebo did a teleport.
And Wiley was just holding the bust up in victory and relief.
A god walked up on you and was like, and I'll just take that.
That's mine.
Thank you. And it was a successful heist. So successful that you guys celebrated said heist, which was cool. And then something happened at the end.
We were walking on the beach, having a good time.
Like a bonfire on the beach kind of situation.
Yeah.
We were chilling at Jay's house, like looking and just chilling in the backyard.
Chilling in the backyard, celebrating Puck's victory at tricking the entire world. And then we saw a man walking on water towards us.
And then onto the beach, and then fucking...
And then he walked over to Puck, and then Puck went... and that's where we ended.
Like, hey, I've heard a lot about you. I've heard a lot about you. Bite.
She didn't say anything. She just bit.
I was very surprised that she didn't say anything. But,
Pure chaos. Love it.
Pure chaos. Yeah, Johnny just takes off the eye patch. He just looks like, well, let's make it better.
Throws that in the trash.
He has no legend to do it. He's
Oh, yeah, you're right.
He's spent... two characters have spent all their legend, technically.
I gotta talk to Dad, Mom, about that.
I don't want to talk to Dad.
Well, you gotta sacrifice, essentially, which, you know, you gotta do something for them that they would like. That's essentially how we'll do that, and we will play that out for you guys because we're gonna be doing some fun.
I'll buy them snake repellent.
We're gonna be doing some cool character stuff. That's very kind of you. It's very, very kind of you. If you could just
pay it forward.
If you could just find the snake and then just like create an antidote to the poison that will inevitably kill your dad, mom.
The poison for Cusco?
Yes, Cusco's poison.
Hey, who knows, Wiley? Maybe we could talk to Inari because Inari is the fox god. Maybe he'll talk to another canine god, and then.
You got any canine connections?
I would like to switch godparents.
Whose butt you been sniffing lately?
God damn it! That's hilarious. Anyway,
You're like, no, it's not.
That's so bad. Are you gonna say that out loud with your out loud voice? Anyway, so
He has to.
He has to, actually.
You have to be honest. You don't have to be crude.
The next day is the day where you have to be honest.
The most honest.
Have to be.
The most of honest.
I gotta talk to Dad.
You gotta talk to Dad. That's the fun part. Isn't it?
You fucker.
Isn't it? Oh, did I do that on purpose?
Wow. Is that you?
Wow, did I do that on purpose? Okay.
You're such an asshole.
So, Puck does the ow. And your reactions are, I assume, the ones that you have in our little roll 20. I assume that those are all the appropriate expressions that
Shock.
that we're seeing.
Well, Kiva's pretty chill right now.
No, that's Kiva's disassociating.
That's the disassociation emote.
This is the Doge face.
Whenever you decide you want your character to be disassociating, you just use the dog emote. But yeah, so I assume that's everybody's reaction, and you know, for all intents and purposes, she looks like she's got a good hold on this man's hand, or this god's hand.
That's how she shakes.
Puck shake.
But and she's got a good grip. So you imagine that in normal circumstances, somebody would have a little bit of difficulty trying to get out. But this isn't normal circumstances, obvi, because we are dealing with you know,
a god,
a fucking gad. which
And egad.
He just twists his wrist and just breaks her jaw.
Takes another hand and pries her mouth open.
No, it's like the arm comes off and then it's a fake arm. It's a trickster.
Inari doesn't have
It
trickster.
just goes
Oh, he
out
doesn't?
through his sleeve.
Inari has creator, healer, and liminal.
What?
Yeah.
He could just regrow back his lip.
What?
Yeah, no, Inari does not have trickster.
Wow, I thought he did have trickster for some reason.
No. Does
Even
not.
though he's like the trickster god.
He's not a trickster
no,
god.
No, Susa,
Really?
Susa's the trickster god.
He's not the
technically.
trickster god. Technically, Inari is the god of rice.
Okay.
Is the kami of fulfilling wishes and growing rice. That's what Inari is the god of.
Alright, well,
Which is why Inari is so busy, because people are constantly wishing. And
sure.
Inari has to constantly fulfill those wishes. Anyway, what under a normal circumstance, Inari would probably, people would normally have difficulty getting out of this hold. But what you see is basically as for the brief moment she has him, and then suddenly doesn't. The remains of where Inari was is just more of like a mist, if you will.
It's like in Looney Tunes when Roadrunner runs. There's just like the outline.
Yes, kind of.
I was gonna say fucking Naruto.
Naruto, Looney Tunes style. Essentially, all she's eating is dust. Is just
She's chewing on her own foot.
smoke. Just her little back paw, like.
She sounds like a chihuahua, like that.
And in the moment where she realizes that he's not there, she just looks around and she's just like, "What happened? What?
You bit of God, honey."
Puck. And Jay kind of will rush over to her. And he's like, "What are you doing?
What?"
Why did you bite him?"
Fucking looking around for this weirdo.
I was gonna say that was a
Fucking-
pretty stinky move, Pug. And I'm the stinky one.
Well,
Can I perceive this man?
sure. Perceive away.
I am looking respectfully.
I would like to perceive and be like, where the
You're
fuck?
going to want to roll.
Ooh, I have epic perception.
For our non-seeing roll skill.
We don't have a seeing roll skill. But I would like for you to roll a cunning subterfuge.
Okay,
I think that's fair.
thank you.
To see if you are conscious of,
I perceived him. I have 5 successes.
5 successes. That's not too bad. I will say that the only reason why you see him is because he lets you.
Yeah.
Because he's sitting
Yeah,
right
fair
next
enough.
to you.
Imagine he's like
Johnny's-
between Johnny and
It's
Wiley.
like toasting a marshmallow.
He has a beer. He's taken one of the beers from your 6-pack, Wiley.
Wiley has it in his lap. He's just like,
I'm sorry, you gotta pay for that.
He's already taken one of your PBRs.
Johnny's in the
that's
fucking.
what I was about to say. My caps.
We're on the same page.
You had to import that to Hawaii. They don't have that there.
To be fair, if Wiley was
You gotta
true,
import it. You just gotta take the tree.
if Wiley
like that.
if Wiley was true like trash, I'd say Budweiser, like American trash.
Nah, I say Pabst is there.
But Wiley's also a little bit younger, so than the Budweiser era, so I would say PBR is probably fair. But either way, Inari has taken a seat between both you and Wiley, Johnny, you and Wiley, and it has already cracked open the cold one with the boys.
He's like in like his little blanket fort, and he just jumps slightly and seeing this man right there.
And he's
You really
sitting,
don't-
he's sitting down. So that
wide-eyed, just like,
and you'll see him sort of hold the beer up and sort of clack it against the one that's in your hand, Wiley.
Breaks it instantly. Glass goes flying everywhere.
I mean, it's a can.
Oh, okay.
It's a
metal,
can.
Metal shards go everywhere.
even worse.
I know God's drank the shitty stuff, and he'll take a drink.
Well, it's legendarily shitty.
Wiley will snort at that and clink his own Inari's again. I'll drink to that.
Jay, you guys, like, Puck and Inari were, like, maybe a couple of yards away on the beach in that romantic kind of, like, beautiful visitation moment, and now you look over and you see an extra body
And a cold one.
with a cold one.
He's cracking a cold one with Wiley.
We're vibing right now.
Like, Jay registers that he's not angry or anything like that, and he kind of, like, looks back towards Puck, and he's like, do you want to try that again by, like, not biting him this time? Please.
He took something from you.
I know, but...
I don't want to be associated with a thief.
I think they're having some issues over there.
Jay is just like... Look, I
Might think you're stanky.
I wanted to talk to him, yes, but it's not completely about that. It's for you, too. Don't look at me like that.
What if he says no?
Then I'll have to find another way to get them back.
Then if I become his scion, then we're gonna be enemies.
You can always say no. Unless he's your dad, then I don't know if you can say no to that.
I would know if a man got with my mom.
I don't think he's a man all the time. And that would be weird if a man and... Okay. Let's just try this again. We'll just forget that we talked about this. We'll just try this again.
She sort of just like half shrugs and says, well, a dragon got with your mom. And then walks and then starts padding over back to the bonfire.
As she passes him, he's like, you didn't know that she didn't know he was a dragon then? And he kind of turns around and follows her.
So, hi.
I really like what you did with this place.
Jay?
No, the fire. I like it. It's very cute.
Be better with a few shitty lawn chairs. Get the real, authentic American experience.
Oh my
On
god.
it.
Nice shit.
The real authentic
You
American.
have not lived until you have
Foldable
sat on the
chairs.
beach all day in a shitty lawn chair that the bottom's about to fall out of. That squeaks every time you move.
Yeah, those canvas
Yeah.
lawn chairs that you get from Walmart.
For about $20 maybe.
Quintessential.
Where, like,
That-
the bottoms
less
of
than
your
that.
thighs are
It's like a
permanently
tailgate
marked
party.
from them.
We didn't have that much money. But anyways.
Unfortunately, we have no like pickup truck here to tailgate from, so
Wiley's truck is stuck in Arizona. Or Nevada. Why did I say?
you're in New
It's in
New
Mexico.
Mexico.
Fuck! Why am I correct?
All wrong.
That was all wrong.
All neighbors. but
You're in
wrong.
New Mexico. Your ranch is in New Mexico.
I know that. I do. I could.
You must be drunk already. On
No, sir,
legendarily shitty beer.
No, sir, I assure you, it's just some compulsion from one of your friends.
Did you start this fire, kiddo?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Good use of your powers.
Something small. Wait.
Why do I feel like he could possibly be sarcastic? Because that would be a very Japanese thing to do.
Jay, you follow behind Puck, and Puck sort of stands there, maybe looking like a kid that did something wrong.
Yeah.
But she did.
No. She doesn't believe that.
She doesn't believe that.
But she is looking at the very least appropriately conscious of the fact that she did something quote unquote wrong, and now she has to look apologetic. So she has like both of her paws kind of in front of her, and just sort of like
I'm Kiva today.
and oops, forgot. Sorry.
I was like, Kiva's looking different today.
Look at me.
Okay, I'll play both of them. I'm kidding.
Sort of folded nicely over her lap as she's standing there. And Jay, you can come up behind her. She says, I'm sorry.
And
Nice to meet you.
and then Jay kind of like halfway leans forward to do like a respectful bow. And then if she doesn't do it, he's just gonna put a hand on her back and kind of slowly nudge her forward.
She's very American too, to be fair. She's American born Kitsune, so she doesn't do a lot of the Japanese mannerisms. You've had to teach her a lot of the Shinto stuff.
Yeah.
To begin with. So she just sort of like does it.
Good. You did good. And you gotta pat. Don't. You're showing your teeth. And he tries to he ruffles like her. You know, like how foxes have like that big floof on their neck.
Mm-hmm.
Like he tries to smooth that out.
Oh yeah.
Calm her down.
She's going to be polite and
not say fuck you.
and not say anything, but she looks like she wants to, but she's gonna be polite about it.
Jay will kind of just go over and sit on the opposite side of her, or next to her, opposite, I'm assuming, of Wiley, Johnny, and Foxman.
I mean, it's a big circle. I mean, you guys have a bonfire, and you gotta assume that everybody's kind of either at the house or kind of wandering in and out. So there's enough like seating arrangements for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But yeah, you can say it would be appropriate to say that at the very least, you are across the fire from Inari.
Okay.
And Puck is hovering near you.
Tail's going wild.
Yeah. Well, they're up. All six of them.
They're floofed out.
They're sort of like flicking enough that that they're kicking up sand
into your face.
Yeah, he's just like, ow. Just kind of tries to nudge one of them away. Thank you for showing up. I'm assuming you saw how Puck. Is what you saw on the news?
Oh, I've been watching for a while.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But hopefully a good thing.
No, I like what you guys are doing here. You guys are going pretty far. Farther than what most people thought.
He blinks at that.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, the moment that any scion reaches a certain level, people start to notice. You guys are getting pretty close to that point.
That's good and bad, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I can possibly roll an empathy check on that.
What are you trying to
Empathy
empathize?
You poor fucking soul.
What are you trying to empathize?
When he said, "Oh, a lot of people are noticing," and Johnny saying that's good and bad, Jay wants to see if he can look into people at least noticing. I mean, he's doing it mostly for him, for himself with that. because based on what Wong said, like, he's not supposed to exist.
Yeah.
So he's worried about that.
Right.
Per se.
So you're trying to empathize to try and figure out if it's good or bad, or is it mostly bad? Are you trying to get that sense?
Yeah.
I mean, current danger or
Yeah.
Like you're trying to see if Inari knows that it's
mostly bad. As someone who also has fortune.
Yes. Inari has fortune.
So, empathy and intellect. 2 successes. Not very good. Too bad we don't get exploding dice.
Earnestly, it does seem like it's half and half.
Okay.
And that makes sense, you know. Good things have happened and bad things have happened to you guys, and there hasn't been like the scales haven't been tipped in any particular way from your perspective. So it's fair to say, yes, that is good and bad. Do you think that there could be more to it? Sure, but there's more to anything.
Sure.
There's many things that could perceptively happen from now until later, you know, that could turn the tides. The gilded tides. Gilded because your ichor is gold.
Oh, yes.
Anyway.
I think that Jay laughs a little anxiously in response to that. But he'll say, well, I'm glad that people have noticed. And because Puck said she's sorry, and hopefully that doesn't deter you from having a good relationship. He looks back towards her.
Well, I did say it. Sorry, that is. Okay. And Inari sort of laughs. This, it sounds like a fox laugh coming out of a man's mouth. It is kind of a little
lot of keys.
Insert Finnegan fox laugh.
It's weird though, because it's like an animal laugh coming out of a person's mouth hole. Like there are certain noises that
There's funny vocal cords happening.
funny vocalizations are happening as this incarnate of a god is laughing next to you guys. Mm-hmm. And sort of finishes up the PBR and sort of kicks it into the fire, sort of like, you know, flicks it into the fire. And that moment where the fire sort of goes up, you know, Inari is no longer next to you two, but you do barely perceive the smoke that kind of drifts through the fire into the fire and behind Jay.
Fucking blinks.
And you'll feel hands on your shoulder, Jay.
He almost jumps out of his chair when that happens. Then kind of instant tenses up.
So I feel like I need to, you know, do a proper talk with this one here. What do you mean, this one?
Yeah, this one.
Well, I have lots of scions. So I don't really have a lot of time.
Oh, right. Lots of shrines. You kind of like imagine like Jay like tries to get up, and then like he kicks a foot into the sand, and then his foot slides through the sand because he can't get up.
You can probably perceive and hear Li Bao sort of starting to growl. And Inari will say, "Down, boy."
That's not nice. He's a cat.
Easy, pussy.
That's worse.
Riley will stick her behind his ear.
That's okay. Let me just get him. And kind of like instead of like trying to force his way up, he like slinks down.
Yeah.
And then
Like a snake.
Yeah.
Just noodles down the chair.
Yeah.
He becomes what he is.
What he
Noodle.
is, noodle.
Yes, and Puck will say, "No, you can't talk to me yet. Not until you give him his horns back."
I was gonna get to that.
Well, I won't be your scion unless you give it back. And he will laugh again. And in a blink, he will be gone.
Looks around.
And
He's gone.
he's just gone.
He's just gone.
End
of encounter.
End of encounter. He appears behind Li Bao, no longer in a shape that is human, but is instead in a shape of like a fox. A white fox that's sort of starting to loop.
There's two of them.
To start to loop around the circle. Starting to trot around the circle.
Uh-oh. Is there a trail going with his tail?
What do you mean?
Like, is he just trotting around the circle, or is he creating a line?
Or are we
around...
gonna be fucking teleported?
Yeah, are we gonna be put in a summoning circle or something?
Well, no?
Uh-oh. That's not a good answer.
Tears. Rolls a cult.
No. Like, as cool
Rolls
as that might be.
Rolls a fear check.
As cool as that might be, no. Though not outside of the realm of possibility, considering that Inari has journeys and liminal. But he will say, I was planning on giving it to you.
You as in Puck?
Yeah.
My horns?
Well, they haven't been your horns for a while.
I mean, they're still mine, though they came from me. I saw when I was born. Weird, but not weird because you're God. I saw you take them, and he's kind of like Jay's just like very anxiously like turning to follow the fox walking around.
Oh, are you walking around in a circle too?
No, he's just turning in a circle to follow
We're
it.
just all watching the trail of glitter behind this man.
Yeah.
Fox.
This fox. No, it's a fox that's now making human noises, and it's still weird.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was weird because the animal noises, vocalizations were coming out of a man's mouth. Now it's human vocalizations coming out of
Fox mouth.
a fox mouth. Again, remember, Puck, when Puck talks, you understand what she's saying, but she is a fox talking.
Yeah.
She goes this, and we understand.
Yes. Like, she makes fox noises. You just know what they
We understand
they mean.
Fox.
what they
Proficiency
mean.
in Fox.
Yes. But this is human vocalizations coming out of a fox mouth. Very strange.
But yeah, Jay will kind of like turn around.
The lip sync is amazing on this.
Yes.
This CGI is pretty good.
He will say, no, I consider it almost like payment for safe haven.
I mean, I know she couldn't. He looks kind of sad for a second. I know she couldn't say anything to thank you for that, but so I'll say it. Thank you. I'm still alive because of what you did, but my dad needs me to get them back, and I want to be the dragon that I want to be.
Another blink. And Inari is now, I mean, how could I explain it? Like, larger as a fox. Like, from paw to shoulder, 10 feet maybe.
Fucking scoots over closer to Wiley.
Wiley's like, well.
And is now no longer moving around because at that point it doesn't make sense. They're as big, they could just hover over, but they sit down and you'll see one tail that's looped around the circle and another tail that's kind of on top of it and another tail that's on top of that, and it's
We're in a cage.
It almost domes. It's almost like a dome.
You know, am I the only one imagining a Ninetales this entire time?
I'm literally
Yeah,
finding a picture
a
of
white
Ninetales
Ninetales.
from Okami to send.
Yeah.
That's Ninetales from Okami.
Almost like a dome. And and all that is there is now the light of the fire is kind of warmer now because it's almost enclosed in this space.
Good thing it's not going out because we would be dead.
Are we gonna get carbon monoxide poisoning?
No,
Probably.
it's fur. I mean, like it's not gonna snuff you out or anything like that. But
An Alolan Ninetales, that's what it is.
Alolan Ninetales. I mean, those are all good. Those are all good. I haven't like really picked a picture, but that's so cool. I love Okami.
Okami's one of my
Remember when I said that you're almost at this point where people are gonna start noticing you?
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying just you. I'm saying all of you.
Don't like that. Yeah.
When you make these choices, these decisions, things are gonna follow. Good, bad, everything in between.
Quietly, Val.
Like Val's just stuck outside.
Like
Oh, sorry.
you, Johnny.
Fucking shrinks even more.
You know, someday you're gonna run out of space again. You're gonna need to keep growing. Today it's a nice green patch of land. Are you gonna steal more? How much are you gonna steal to make room for your children?
I don't know enough that I need.
You will.
If it's to make others happy.
To make others happy, you'll steal any land you can find?
If they don't need it?
Take a huge chunk of Midgard out, wouldn't you? Why stop at spirit children, huh? Make a fun little camp for everyone. Good, bad. What do you think's gonna start happening when you start stealing?
I'm not gonna be stealing children, or I'm gonna get enough space for the people that I need, that I have right now, and it's nice. It's nice for now. And he'll kind of like like hide underneath his blanket a little bit more.
Blanket fort.
Get in blanket fort for now. But soon, it's not going to be enough. Jay, you want your horns back, but do you know what it means to have them back?
More people are gonna probably want me dead.
The mantle of the Dragon Prince is a heavy one.
Yeah. And if you didn't want me eventually to end up here, you wouldn't have talked to him. And Jay looks very firm at big Alolan Ninetales.
Giant Alolan Ninetales.
And
Wiley's like, I got a Pokeball.
And he told me...
Yeah, it's just regular Ninetales, but they're shiny, actually, guys.
It's shiny. You know, it has to be shiny. And he told me to tell you... Drops his hands. Thanks. And that you made a good choice. So if you didn't want me here, you wouldn't have done what you did.
What I did was bring you to the Kami.
Knowing
What I did was mask you. Protected you.
But you had to have known that this would have come up eventually. And again, he takes the hairpin out of his hair and he shows it. I know this isn't mine, but I ended up with it. It's stuck with me now. And I know as well as you do that you can see all the different possibilities. You had to have seen that.
Getting your horns back, good, bad. I guess it depends on your point of view. The moment you get those back, they're gonna know that you're alive, that you're here, and that you're the Dragon Prince. Not
Netflix show.
that you're the Dragon Prince. Not the husband to the moon.
They're gonna find out one way or another, even if I don't have my horns.
If you don't have the horns, they won't know. Or they won't know soon.
They'll know because I would tell them. I'm not ashamed of where I came from.
Are you willing to defend yourself? When every scion comes running to try and take you down, cunning subterfuge check from everybody.
Fuck. I'm gonna be bad at this.
Okay. Fuck you, box man.
Actually, it's not.
7.
4.
0.
The correct number was 5. Johnny,
Yeah.
when he says scions coming from all sorts of places to come and take you down, he glances towards Wiley.
I gotta go, guys. This is my. Yeah.
And you notice behind Wiley, a man with curly brown hair and a gold tooth.
I just
He does
have that vision.
not.
I just fucking have that vision.
Kill.
Under your blanket fort, you just kind of see that.
You're like,
Yeah, Johnny, like the blanket's like up to here, cause comfort.
Yes.
He just kind of side eyes Wiley before looking back to
Ellie's not even.
Box
paying
Man,
attention.
dead in the eye. It's like, are you sure?
Do I smell inter-party conflict?
Yes, Jay will say, and he mutters under his breath the keyword for his sword, and he from the tattoo comes forth the sword, which probably might not be a great thing to show off because now Inari will see that he has all three. But
He's the true ruler.
Oh, there
the
you
true
go.
emperor of Japan, damn it.
Actually, Wiley probably has his hand on his little emblem that is his gun. Just kind of rubbing his finger over it.
I'm gonna shoot that dragon right in the eye.
Not you. He's looking at Inari. He didn't pick up on that.
You know, the laugh happens again. This time sounds appropriate. Oh, the moment you have those horns, they're gonna know that you intend to control Japan.
I'm not gonna control Japan or China or Hawaii. I want to do what's right for those that aren't represented. And like,
King of Titans sounds good too.
I don't want to be a king.
Your relics say otherwise. Like I said, if they know you're alive, they're gonna try and kill you. Much like the Titans that are gonna try and kill you. And he looks towards Wiley.
Does Wiley notice that time?
Yes, because now he's talking to you.
There's kind of a bit of a growl rumbling deep in Wiley's throat. Do you think you're doing him or us a favor?
I'm warning you about what's going to happen.
Out of the goodness of your heart, I'm sure.
It's either that or you change. And some people don't like the change. Some people don't survive the change. I'm warning you now, so you can stop while you're ahead. If you're too afraid. Or if you like how you are right now. Because after this, you're not going to look the same. You're not going to feel the same. People are not going to treat you the same. And your choices that you make are going to affect every single thing after this moment.
Wiley's kind of glowering at him. Head very low. Like he's assessing. Sounds more like you're trying to scare us out of it. Are you afraid of him? He'll gesture to Jay.
No.
Did she say something?
If you cross this threshold, she's gonna start acting.
Has Jay mentioned this to us?
What about Amaterasu?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
But this is good. This is good fodder for everybody to talk after this, but no. But when
Well, no matter what happens, if we just stick together and keep our eyes on a goal, we could fight whatever's coming towards us.
Yeah, you're right, Johnny.
We just need to stay on the same side.
Now, to put it in your own terms, we aren't a bunch of fucking pussies.
I don't think you should be cursing.
I don't think you should tell God that he's a pussy. But you know,
You should have heard my conversation with Tsukiyomi. Ah!
Yeah, well, you got that little flick right there.
Little mean son of a
that's why
bitch,
you got that
ain't he?
little. boop, boop, boop,
Yeah, that.
Wiley's not smiling anymore.
We can't look too far into the future. We won't know how you will turn out.
Is that directed at me?
For all of you.
Okay.
But I think what you guys are going to do is going to be really interesting.
So, it's decided. We'll all keep each other in check. He kind of like looks back towards Johnny and Wiley. And we'll keep doing what we're going to be doing regardless of people finding out. Gonna really like my horns back. And he kind of like, the sword disapparates from his hand. And I don't want my dad being angry at you guys. So giving them back will make him happier.
The god will shift, and each tail will sort of kind of fold back, and it'll kind of like an accordion kind of go back into the one. If you
How
could,
did the tail do? We're free.
Like a fan.
yeah, like the tails act like it kind of acts like a fan. So when it kind of domed you guys, it was more like it was like a fan that kind of unfurled, and when it kind of goes back, it kind of goes back all into one tail. And Inari blinks again, and
We all look around.
oh yeah, and for a moment it's quiet, and then two things hit your head, Jay.
Do I get knocked out?
No, I mean they're not that heavy
Okay.
yet.
Tiny.
They hit your head like something has landed
Oh, okay.
on your head.
Not like me getting flicked in the forehead.
No.
Like
It's like plunk plunk, like two
You're
sticks.
stabbed by two bones.
Like two sticks that
Ow!
like two sticks that fell
Yeah.
onto your head.
Oh.
And they're not on your head yet.
Yeah,
They're
but
on the floor.
he feels and then he looks down.
And on the floor you'll see two horns. And they look straighter than like the visual representation of what like your dad's horns might be that are kind of branched off and stuff like that. And they're carved in such a way that roll what level is your artistry? Like how many, like do you have access to artistry, right?
Yeah. And I have a boon in artistry.
They were carved into flutes.
Kind of like kneels down and kind of picks them up to look at what's
Well,
been
that's
done to
fucking
it.
rude.
And they're basically like they can screw into each other. And it is essentially a flute. So you imagine that was the relic that he was going to give Puck.
Her birthright.
But now he has given it to you.
Okay. Threw it at you.
Jay is just like.
Now, it is a relic. They are your horns.
Yeah.
You need to get them reforged
Okay.
in order to be put back in a way that can be representational of your horns, either through working with your father
Mm-hmm.
or working through other Forge Masters to basically manipulate this relic back into
Wearable horns.
a different relic.
Sure.
Essentially, you have to get them reforged, and you get a free 3-dot relic out of it.
Okay. Cool.
And would you like me to tell you what was on it originally?
Sure, if you want. I guess I'm assuming as Jay's kind of like looking at it and kind of subconsciously kind of like putting them together.
Yeah, so
Just a sad toot.
it's a very, very sad
I don't even know how to play the flute.
You just blow on.
It's just like nothing comes out.
nothing comes out. So what it has is it has artistry
Mm-hmm.
on it, obviously, and it has deception on it.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome
Hey,
to
fuck.
having a deception purview.
Do a funny little toot toot,
Toot, toot.
and it lies.
Everyone has a 3 complication to assess any freaking
With a flaw that you
emotional-
have to play it and have a
Ah.
successful like skill roll to play it
Sure.
in order to be able to use it.
Okay. I think like Jay kind of like he assesses that and kind of tries to look to see where Inari blinked to next.
Inari blinks towards like the shoreline as a man, and it's clear, and he has already created a little tiny sandcastle.
Jay,
No, it's not tiny. It's fucking full size.
it's like full. It's like 12 stories high. Jay will
How's
It's
take
like
How's
it's very intricate too.
super intricate.
No, it's just a bucket one.
He brought his own bucket, yeah.
His own bucket. Jay will stand up and look towards the weird god that made a sandcastle, and he'll say, "Thank you. I don't think Puck would have known how to play a flute anyway." And then he kind of like looks back towards Puck, and then back.
Puck says,
towards-
like, I don't even have lips for that.
"Yeah."
And you'll hear the fox laughter from him as he says, "You do now." And if you guys look back at Puck is now Peepo.
Like always, Peepo.
Like similar to how she looked when
When she still had the glamour on.
Yeah.
when she still had the
Yeah.
glamour on.
What? Wait, what?
What?
Look at your feet.
Your people again, Puck.
Your hands.
Wait, when did you?
She like lifts up her foot and she's wiggling her toes. She's like,
Nearly a moment.
When did you? Jay looks back towards Inari.
gone.
When did you?
Well,
Maybe he is your dad.
I thought I liked him. Thought.
I don't think you should have bit him.
That's probably what did it. Puck, did you taste something really weird?
I mean,
Did you get blood
Like,
in your mouth?
did it taste like your favorite thing?
it did taste like Hennessy.
Yeah, that's what did it.
Congratulations, I guess.
You're a scion now.
What? What am I supposed to do?
keep doing what you're doing, I guess. And if you want something, I'll let you know.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, it's kind of like what happens in me, if I remember what they told me. It's sprinkle some ichor on and then you're a person.
I don't remember when I got mine, honestly. Jake is kind of like looks genuinely concerned. But it doesn't matter because you did it. Do you feel any different?
I have toes.
And fingers.
Are you wiggle on?
This feels weird.
Yeah. We should, probably just take some time to assess the changes and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna make the joke far, but like you got it. Get a momentum, y'all, because she just literally goes down. And assesses her chest because she's just like that.
Wiley's just sitting there like this.
We all look away respectfully.
Yeah, we all look.
We were respecting.
She's like, that's new.
Yep. Uh-huh. And I wish Inari gave you more clothes. Let me go get you something. I'll be right back.
Wiley will.
I mean, she's wearing clothes. They just now fit her.
They just now fit.
True.
But like her human form, she was like very voluptuous.
Yeah, she was wearing clothes that
Yeah.
fit her human form.
Yes.
Now
And it
fits.
just didn't fit well on her fox form.
Yeah.
So now it fits.
Yes.
Everything fits. She has enough
fits.
clothes.
She fits.
But yeah. That happened to you.
This is, Wiley's gonna finish the rest of that six pack.
By himself.
Or he'll offer it to everybody. Say, I can
Uh,
go get another one if we think we need it.
Time to drink legendary crappy beer.
Legendarily shitty beer.
Legendary to spit it out.
But I don't think Jay would drink. I think Jay would just eventually kind of go back to the fire with his horn flute. And he just kind
sadly
of
staring at the flute in his hands.
just gotta fix it is all. And then he just takes it and then just goes into the void of his shawl.
Jesus Christ. Hammer space.
After we help my Robbie out with his railroad, he might be able to fix it for you.
Maybe, but that's still gonna be a while, yeah?
Shit, you're right.
And
Eh.
we still need to
You
help
get-
Kiva with Hercules.
New York.
Oh. Sybil. No. Yes. No. Why is my brain saying all of those things?
I think Sybil was
Yes.
was the right term.
Sybil was yes.
Sybil.
Do I know if
We could
does-
talk to the doors. We can go harass Lee Bao's dad bomb.
True.
Yeah. I forget if Ao Wong has Forge or not. I don't remember if he does.
Does Ao Guang have Forge? No,
No? Okay.
does not. The people that you know so far that do have Forge are your dwarfs,
Mhm.
Sybil,
yeah.
Li Bao's dad mom.
Which would require us going back to Helheim, wouldn't it?
It would require you essentially going between realms or making a big sacrifice to Jaeger to kind of call him over.
Cool. We'll sacrifice Bill Gates.
And I think those are the only Forge Masters you know right now.
Gotcha.
Unless
Unless we find new ones. The only reason why I asked about Ao Wong is because Inari was like, or you said go talk to Dad.
well,
So-
your dad probably has access to forgers.
Yeah.
They're just titanic in nature.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, if and I'll just say this out of character, but if you go to your father, you will not be able to determine what is going to be on that relic. Because Al Guang will decide.
He picks all like Titanic necks. He's just like, "This is what you have, my boy."
Yes.
Okay.
So that is what you have to balance. So if you go to your own Forge Master, and granted, each Forge Master has a different skill set, right?
Yeah.
And they have different skills to be able. They're all Forge Masters. They can all technically do it, but it will look different depending on who you pick, right? And you'll be able to determine what you want on it specifically to fit the 3-dot legend. Or the 3-dot relic. But if you ask Al Guang for help, he will take it from you, create the relic, give it back to you.
Gotcha.
And you will not have necessarily any say on what's going to be on it.
Okay.
Because it's essentially going to be a birthright coming from him.
Sure. Okay, so...
But you guys have things to talk about, probably.
Not to break this awkward silence we got going on after that bitch of a situation, but who's gonna come after you? He'll look at Jay.
Lots of people, apparently.
What they got against you?
Maybe you should tell them about the supposed prophecy.
Yeah,
Prophecy.
You got a prophecy?
Everybody probably has one, to be
All
fair.
I got was fucking bonked.
What's your prophecy?
I mean, I don't know if it was supposed to be just for me. It's just that supposedly my dad is a very, very old dragon, yeah? And supposedly he doesn't have any sons at all. He wasn't allowed to have any. And supposedly someone said something that when he has a son or whatever, that they're supposed to rip down heaven.
And I reckon that just means change how things are going, huh?
No, I think it means a lot. Dragons have been not in power for a while. Not to say that they can't still be in power or whatever, but I think it's about destroying what the gods have in exchange for something different.
Maybe it could just be ripping down heaven to get an equal playing ground?
I mean, you're kind of doing things to get equality for the Titans.
Yeah.
Maybe they just don't want you changing that whole caste system.
Probably not, no. I'm sure that most gods would prefer that they stay in charge. But I don't want to do it in a way that I think that my dad might want me to do it. Which is in a very overt, destructive, literal ripping of heaven, and I don't want to do that. And I told him I wasn't going to do that.
Don't, yeah. I definitely think people... When he said people from other pantheons, kind of... Maybe people like Indra would send their scions.
Jay's eyes kind of flick towards Wiley.
It'd be a little more vague.
You know, surely he has others.
You know.
They're not as sharp as his favorite tool.
Johnny kind of pulls away from Wiley. I'm just saying that it sounded a lot like he was implying you. And you kind of do have a business based off of killing Titans. In Titan Spawn.
And the compass.
Kind of bare his teeth, kind of in a grimace.
I don't mean anything to, like, offend you. It just sounded a lot like that.
He'll narrow his eyes at you. Kind of cock an eyebrow. He's quiet again. Like he was way back in the tank with the compass.
Look, I think what the fox meant was that fate is pulling things in certain directions.
And fate doesn't have to be one way. So, Wiley, as long as you don't want to kill me.
Better not.
Or even any of us, if we kind of go that direction.
We've already established that I can't lie. I don't want to. I don't want to kill you or Johnny or any of us. So you don't have to worry about that. Maybe that's just my prophecy. Prophecies can be changed.
Right. Just like how I don't want to rip down heaven. So we'll just have to work around it.
Hey,
We have to work hard.
Hey Johnny, how far are you in Fatalist?
Oh, just a boink over.
I would say probably your personal opinion is that it's very hard right now to go up against fate. And that based on, your fatalist point of view right now, I mean, obviously you're not virtuous yet, but based on this point of view, as you lean more towards the fatalist route, fate finds a way to make things happen. If you're destined to die, for example, even if you prevent one way of dying, fate might find another way to get you dead. If your destiny is to die.
Final destination.
I was gonna say it's like Final Destination.
Yeah,
Right.
The wind.
But
the fucking wind comes in.
This is in general, like if like, for example, if two lovers were fated to be together and they die, but they've always been fated to be together, then they'll meet again in the afterlife, or they'll be together in death, or they will meet again after being reincarnated. Like fate just finds a way to make it always so. No matter how hard you fight.
Right. Johnny will rub at their face. It's gonna be really hard to avoid all our fates.
Like you won't be able to avoid your word that you've been
Yeah.
avoiding telling us about.
Yeah, like I'm gonna avoid talking about it right now. But
I mean, if we're gonna be honest with each other.
Out with it.
yeah. I'm just saying, guys, that I think we can try our hardest. But sometimes it will just happen.
You aren't getting at it this time.
Fucking shrinks again.
Blanket!
Why are
Becomes small. Becomes small.
Wiley will stand and start crushing the cans and kind of picking
Like
them
this?
up one by one. Nah, just under his boot heel. Hey, that's my pencil. Don't take that, Richard. If apparently my own destiny or prophecy is to kill people, then why don't we get to know yours? It can't be worse. Jay's supposed to tear down the heavens. I'm supposed to kill a bunch of people. Now what the hell's going on with you?
It's really nothing. It might happen, it might not happen.
Just like the rest of our fates.
Johnny, I could just.
Well, I mean, you're
look.
always going to be killing things if they're bad, and
And you're
So
always
it's
going to
gonna
be
bring
lying
down
and
the
avoiding
heavens
telling
to-
the truth.
Johnny, I could just look.
I would like you to not.
So you should tell us. Or we'll just have to find out the hard way.
By
When
tickling
it
you.
inevitably happens.
By throwing you into the fire.
It wouldn't have any effect.
It would feel nice, actually.
It would feel
A
like
nice
home.
warm. Why isn't Johnny sitting in the fire?
He'd be like, you
That'd be
can't
great.
touch me. I'm in the safe fire.
Because it would burn his blanket.
Yeah.
Well, no, it wouldn't. You're because it's his personal effect. Anyways,
Look, if you'd rather not me know, at least tell Jay.
I mean, I would like all of you to know. I just don't want to talk about it.
Look, if it's anything involving Ragnarok, it's just gonna be some sort of end times thing.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
If Jaeger's supposed to be the one that destroys the last line of their Valhalla's defense, I forget, but it can't be. I mean, I guess it could be worse than that, but I mean, that's still pretty bad.
There can be multiple catalysts.
all I'm saying is that if it's that bad, it's probably because of that. So, just assume.
Are you gonna like sting Thor and kill Thor?
No, that's Veneers. No, I'm supposed to go a little crazy.
Like you did back in the museum.
I don't know. Maybe.
I'm assuming worse.
Wait, what happened? I just saw some lights.
Kind of looks away at that.
Things got a little
Complicated.
and chaotic.
It worked out.
That it did. Let's just say Johnny's got a lot of power there in that eyeball.
Jay kind of looks towards the eye patch. I'm assuming it's covered.
Oh, yeah. It's by default covered.
Okay, so it worked out, and that's all we need to consider, but maybe in the future we can, I guess, think about keeping it in control, or I don't know how you control chaos. I think that's kind of antithesis to doing that, but maybe even it out?
Find the order to your chaos.
Like, instead of Jay like leans forward and the slits in his eyes kind of blow out a little bit as he suddenly gets excited, or maybe you, instead of just holding on to it and then letting it out in one big burst, you just do it little by little, more frequently.
That's true.
That way you
Maybe.
get your energy out.
Yeah, it's like trying to get your kids to go to bed.
Yeah.
Do they sleep?
Baby never sleeps.
You're right.
No.
Baby never does sleep. That's like trying to get baby to go to bed.
God.
Baby stabs you if you say baby go to bed.
Bed is a bad word to baby.
No,
So
every
it's
time I use it, I like using it. It's fun. It does entertaining things. I don't know.
Then you should use it. And I'm leaning into my dominance thing now.
Exert your energies onto the world.
Yeah, that's what Jay,
Yeah.
that's what Jay's leaning into.
This is completely fair. I would say the reason why your chaos kind of went crazy was because you put a lot of energy into one huge burst. Theoretically, yeah, you wouldn't experience that if you were to do, more frequent stuff.
That's what I had.
But I
Jay
will say that You have no way of knowing if doing that will prevent your word from occurring or exasperate it. As a fatalist, you are more likely to embrace the fact that it's going to happen than not, unless you feel like you're moving back towards... Because the reason why you went a notch over is because of Wiley. Wiley told you that shit is inevitable. But if you feel like through this conversation you are kind of like, I still don't like it. I don't like what Inari told me.
You're not my dad.
It doesn't feel good. You can say,
I didn't like how he phrased it.
Yeah.
More like,
well,
Wiley,
there's also another option. Talk to your dad, Mom.
Wiley's probably crushed the last can at this point. He's not really looking at anybody as he picks them up. I mean, all the shit's inevitable, like y'all keep saying. Some of us keep saying, then why not lean into it? And he'll shrug with like an arms full of like, well, just like 2 stacks of 3 cans in each hand.
but if I lean into it, you have to lean into yours, or your God will make you. And I don't really want to be killed by you.
Who's to say that you'll get in the way?
If my word has to be that I go crazy and do something so horrible that it starts it, doesn't
Jay doesn't do, like the white guy blinking meme when you say that.
Yeah, it's not Loki that's going to start it. It's Loki's progeny.
I'll trust you. It's going to happen, and I'll trust you guys to stop me. I just don't necessarily want to die.
I don't think any of us want to die now. And I don't want to rip down the heavens in a way that kills a bunch of other gods.
What if they're bad? Wiley will kind of just go still.
I only have one that I need to absolutely deal with, but
What if others don't like that and they follow suit? Then you have a decision to make.
Then it's an all-out war.
That's what the prophecy says, pretty much.
I mean,
All I'm
I
saying,
never said I was going to kill her.
I don't think you'll be able to subjugate someone to that degree of power anytime soon.
Unless you get stronger.
Fast.
Well, then Jay kind of pats his shawl. Then I gotta get these fixed somehow. And based on everything that happened today, or the past couple days, I feel like everybody needs to kind of recharge.
Yeah.
So maybe we should spend some time figuring that out. And,
Things out.
And maybe finally figure out what Hercules is doing.
Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?
He says on the beach, posing.
Yeah. He's like, so
He's like, well,
fuck this
how
sandcastle.
you know?
He breaks his foot on it.
I've been here all the time.
It was just made out of concrete the entire time.
Yeah.
Wiley is kind of cradling all the cans in like one arm as he kind of pats his shirt and pockets.
Hell yeah, recycle.
Looking for something. All I'm saying, he's not looking at anyone in particular. He's just kind of looking out at the ocean. A bit of a distant, absent kind of look going on. And he'll say, all I'm saying is, why waste time trying to fight fate when you could just accelerate it? And he'll pull out his coin, flick it, and grab it. And he's gone.
Ooh.
Bethany's like, what the fuck are you doing?
No, I mean, it can teleport you to the last place you were at, too, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought.
Didn't he just go to the tree?
No, I thought it
The
could take us
ranch.
home.
It'll take you home, so he's going to the
No,
ranch.
I was making a
Yeah.
joke.
The ranch.
Like,
Dr.
he's
Phil's
God
ranch.
Damn it. What if?
You know, put those cans in the recycling bin.
But what if?
Oh, we got him mad.
I don't think he's mad. I just think he needs time to think. But I
About what? Shooting us?
No.
no.
I think he's thinking about whether or not he should or shouldn't. And what happens if he says no?
And what his options are. Which we could have talked about that, but I guess it is late. And Puck, don't put your foot in the fire.
I want to feel how hot it is.
It's so sensitive.
I got a limit test.
She's actually been trying to snap her fingers this whole
Okay.
time. She's like
You should try whistling too.
Yeah.
doing making a whole bunch of noises of false start whistles and bad snapping.
But Jay will kind of go over there and gently nudge the foot down from the fire. Maybe she's like just kicking her feet out while she's going to do the snapping. And he'll look back over towards Johnny and he'll say, well, I think the talk with your dad and mom might help because if the end of the world supposedly already happened once, maybe you can talk to them on a way to stop it from happening again.
It's just that we all know that it's going to happen. It's not that it happens.
Everything ends eventually, yeah, but it doesn't mean that it has to be us. We're just the next chapter in a endless amount of possibilities.
He'll sigh and begin to get up. No, it's gonna happen with me. I have to go. I have to see if they re-elected Nutty again. And he'll flash a brief smile before walking off towards the beach.
Yeah, the weird tree that's
That's in the
In
ocean.
the middle,
like the tree that that's not native to Hawaii is there, and you're just like, yep, gonna go to my tree.
it's in the sand too, so like, why?
Jay will just kind of just raise the hand, and then he drops it, and he looks a little defeated at that.
Give it time.
Give what time for everyone to decide that they want to end the world?
It's like he said. If you stop now, you won't have to.
Well, I don't think stopping's an option.
Could be.
No, because if... He kind of goes back over to Li Bao. If we stop, and if I stop, then
Then what?
we don't get rid of that. And he gestures to the bell around his neck.
The other option is that you're going to die.
Well,
We can stop now. And you won't.
no, I'll just die eventually. I can't stop now.
Well, that's not necessarily the case for everybody.
You're right, I can't stop anybody. If Johnny wants to stop, and Johnny can stop. If Wiley decides that things aren't meant for him and he stops, and if Kiva's just happy with her band, then yeah, they can stop. But at least for me, I can't. I made a promise.
Understood. I'll follow you.
His brows kind of furrow. You don't have to, you know.
When the time comes, and I can't follow you anymore, then I will let it happen. But right now, nothing's stopping me.
His eyes kind of like they linger on the bell for like a moment too long. I'll say, yeah, okay. We should probably deal with this fire.
Okay. We'll end the scene there for you. For now. Let's go over to Johnny.
No, Papa.
No, Papa.
No.
Boy's having a lot to think about on his fucking walk to his tree.
Yeah, you head to the tree and it's mostly uneventful. You can see some of your kiddos building sandcastles around the edge. Sort of, enjoying the beach and the beach activities.
Just a vast scenery change just from a single step.
Mm-hmm. It's like, again, you're crossing a threshold, a liminal space into, the Neverland camp, which, you may have to one day rename in some shape or form, because as the camp leaves, it's getting bigger. It's not just the camp anymore. It's the camp and then, the add-on.
Yeah.
The little add-on that's hanging by.
We have to do a rebranding eventually.
You will have to rebrand eventually. Or maybe not. What Inari has said has sort of given you pause. Inari has said that your desire to grow might cause you to do bad things. And is it bad because you're doing it for the kids? Or is your desire to keep the kids happy a good thing? Or is it a bad thing? And it's kind of hard to say. And that gray area is difficult to navigate around. It's not easy. For you as somebody who's only like 3 years old, for you who is young of this world, you're kind of going through this process of a kid learning that, it's not just bad guys and good guys anymore. There's sometimes your friends are going to do things that you feel might be bad, or maybe you feel like you're going to do something that's bad, but the circumstances around it muddies the waters, and now it doesn't feel like it's bad anymore. But that doesn't feel good.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's something that, people have to learn, and you're people, and you're learning that. And, yeah, it feels weird. It feels stinky.
It feels weird, but a lot of what Inari said was what he wanted. He wants to expand, but...
At what cost?
At what cost, yeah. He was just thinking it's for people to be happy, but whose happiness? Who misses out on that happiness?
I guess my question to Johnny is, does it really matter? If the people that you care about, which in this scenario is the children, if the people that you care about are happy and content, does anything else matter?
They're all he's ever known until recently meeting the group. So he's leaning more towards the fact of, this is my family.
Mm-hmm.
This is who I was charged to protect and who I want to protect and make happy. And he, at the moment, is not swayed from that goal.
Okay. Would you say that Johnny would do anything to keep his kids safe? To keep this world that he's building safe?
Considering he went to hell and back, yes.
Okay. That's a good. It's good to reflect on that, and say that out loud, and stuff like that as you walk your way to the camp and you see the kids, and they are in varying states of some are going to bed, some are doing nightly activities, stargazing, night fishing.
It's got a fish.
Man's got a fish.
I love my wife.
Some of them are playing games on stolen game boards. Stuff that you got from Walmart and shit.
An entire ass place.
There's no TV.
It's not plugged in, but
no, I mean y'all don't have electricity yet.
Not yet.
Work in progress.
We're getting the towards their next step after building safe transportation between levels, Wi-Fi.
We're gonna build Wi-Fi. We're gonna get 6G up in this bitch. No, 9G to represent the night. It's Norse.
Keep it on theme. Keep it on theme.
Keep it on theme. It's Norse. You have lost all of your legend, but it can be regained. And it can be regained through sacrifice or rituals or similar to your godparent. Basically, you ask your godparent, you give your godparent something cool. Maybe it can be, in some cases, it could be like, here's this really awesome, let me just give an example. Artemis is the goddess of the hunt. You kill a really big bear, you put it on a slab, say, Artemis, look what I did. And she'd be like, that's awesome. You did good, kid. Here's some legend back. Here's some legend back, right? But not all of them require, killing somebody, right? For example, it could be sacrificing an item to the god. Baron Samedi loves them rare cigars. Light one up for him, and he may give you legend back. What do you think you want to give to Loki to get Loki to pay attention?
What if make a really big, fun bonfire party?
You're gonna have a party?
We're gonna have a party.
Well,
Fire party.
I mean, time is squiffy in Neverland Camp, so what is a night of you kind of, or a day.
What is a night other than eventual sleep?
Yeah, like you can spend the next couple of hours planning for a kick-ass bonfire for the kids to enjoy, and you may, and in that joining of energy and mischievousness, if you will.
Who knows? We might read a QT. It'd be fun.
That mischievousness is kind of giving energy to Loki, and that energy would be given back. Now, my question is, do you want to speak with Loki? Because I know, like, you've gone through a lot of stuff. You've experienced some questions you may have. You can ask, if you want Loki to answer them, you can ask them. And in giving your legend back, Loki may give you some insight. But if you don't have any questions or anything like that, then that's fine as well.
He has like a couple of questions.
Okay. What are they?
Is it worth being good?
Or is it better being bad?
No. Is it worth being good if it's going to happen regardless? And will I be doing good by doing so?
Okay, that's a very complicated question, but I think Loki is the best person to answer that, because Loki has spent eons and lifetimes and huge chunks of human mythology being a bad guy, or being considered a bad guy. So this is a fair question. when
Also, if you hear screaming children outside, that's just the revelry happening around the tree.
How does this happen? So you ask the question either in your heart or in your mind, however you do, is it worth it just trying to be good? If you know that at the end of the day, you're gonna be bad. And and just like the complicated feelings that you have, you get this complicated feeling, this complicated answer back.
It helped.
And Loki will, it's more like a vibe, right? Not necessarily like an outright answer.
Mhm.
Loki will say to you in this vibe kind of check, it's all about the balance. Do good, do bad, break even.
Break even. Profit.
Okay.
At the end, that's kind of that's what it is. Be good, be bad,
Profit.
break even. So the implication is like, do what feels right to you in that moment. So if in the moment that you're in a situation and you want to do bad, do it. There's a situation where you want to be good, do it. But at the end of the day, make sure your checks and balances are squared.
Okay. Then there's always that debate about whose version of good is it.
That doesn't matter. That part doesn't matter. Because someone is always going to think what you do is good or bad. No matter what you do. Do good, do bad, break even for you.
Okay. I guess that answer will keep him staring at the fire for as long as the children are awake for.
Yeah. And it makes sense because ideally where you want to be in your virtues is somewhere in the middle. And keeping that balance is probably what's going to help you.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you want to be virtuous like some people.
I mean, everyone's saying, might as well accept fate. No.
And you'll, as you kind of zone out of your meditation, your vibe check with your parent, your godparent, you'll hear one of the kids say, we should do another heist. That was so much fun.
Yeah? What do you have in mind? Or do you want me to surprise you?
We love surprises. And I'll let you, and Johnny will kind of sit and do like,
Let's go down an entire strip in a busy street where there's a bunch of businesses and just fucking go.
What's wrong?
I'm just seeing what something on the floor over here. It's fuzz.
Oh.
I thought it was like an animal or something on the ground. I was about to be like, what is he messing with?
Okay.
Sorry.
I was like,
Everything good?
I was like, what the fuck do you see? Your face is making a.
I literally thought there was like a dead mouse on the ground or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yes, I'll leave you to think about what cool thing that you're going to do.
I already know. We're gonna raid an entire city block. We're just gonna go down the street and then just whatever happens happens.
Nice.
Payday 2 style.
Nice. And everybody's gonna be like, I don't know, I just saw children. Everywhere. They were just coming out of everywhere. The sewers, mailboxes.
Some of them descended from the telephone wires.
I don't know who what. Wiley.
Eh,
God, that was rough. That was a rough conversation.
it is.
And I mean, honestly, you can't help it. You have to be honest with yourself. And maybe you haven't been honest with yourself, but you have this opportunity to be.
I'd like to start this as soon as he gets back to the ranch.
Yeah.
Richard, get off my straw.
No.
Richard has to be honest with himself. He's a fat fuck.
You have several stray fat fucks in your ranch.
You were talking about to say in my room. I was like, there's only 2 of us here. But he flipped that coin. The coins have distinctive sides, don't they?
Poker chips? I mean, yeah, they'll have a heads and a tails.
Okay. So he'll.
In this case, it would be, one side is a dice, and the other side is blank.
Okay. He'll have held tight to that coin. And he'll just open his hand and look at it.
All right. Heads or tails?
I already flipped the coin.
Oh, you already did? Never mind.
Ooh.
Has a die on it. He'll close his hand back around it. Tight, like fingernails digging into his palm. And he'll sigh and kind of shove it back down in whatever pocket he keeps it. And he'll walk in slowly, kind of taking everything in, the ranch that he's built, that Judas helped build, that Jasper sits around on sometimes, that the townsfolk have come together to make. But he won't smile. He'll walk into his little hut house thing, kind of take his jacket off, his mask, his bandana, until he's just in his shirt and his pants. Boots off. But as he goes to lay his pocket knife down, this isn't a trigger warning, it's not what it sounds like. As he goes to lay his pocket knife down, he won't set it down. He'll get close to wherever he leaves his shit, probably on the kitchen table, and pick the pocket knife back up with determination. And he'll walk with strong stride to the bathroom, flip the switch on, and look at himself for a minute. Kind of take in what he's become, how much tanner his skin's gotten since he's been outside more, almost all day, every day, rather than being in the shop.
All day, every day.
His eyes are just yellow. He's got a lightning scar. He's got a moon on the center of his forehead. And he'll take his little usual ponytail down and kind of let all his hair come together. Set the knife down and pull his hair back into a full ponytail. Pick the knife back up and cut the ponytail off. And lay it in the sink. And say, "It's just for you." And leave the knife open on the bathroom counter with the hair in the sink. And get ready for bed.
Are you Are you asking for Legend, or are you asking for him to show up?
Whatever he seems fit. I think the message is clear though.
As you turn in an attempt to go to bed, you'll hear behind you. Well,
He'll jump, even though he can't be surprised. But
I knew it
this
was
isn't
coming.
this isn't a mundane attempt at surprise. This is very godly.
Yeah.
I have to say, the cut is cute. And if you turn around, you'll see
It's you, hey.
it's your dad.
Hey.
He's in the mirror.
Fuck that. Silent Hill.
So when
It's a mirror
when you
room.
turn, what you expect to see is your reflection. You see Indra reflecting back at you.
Wiley just kind of stops where he is and turns on his heel. Kind of confused, but also it's a fucking god.
Hey, it's weird.
And he'll
It's weird
slowly
like this.
pad back down the hall, the short hall, to the bathroom, where the light has been left on.
And as you're walking towards the bathroom again, you'll hear the water turn on the sink. And the water is forcing the hair to go down the drain. And,
Clogged ass drain.
well, it's going down.
It's god water.
It's going down the drain, and then you'll see in the mirror Indra pulling up this golden string and kind of kind of like creating like this nice little weave of your hair, you presume, between his fingers.
What is he, Rumpelstiltskin? Like golden string something. I don't remember the story.
Quite the sacrifice. Exchanging your good looks. For what?
My duties.
Are you saying you want out?
Oh, no. It's no. Giving you my humanity.
You still look very human.
He'll kind of close his eyes. You know what I mean. I'm ready to
No, I
go
don't.
deeper.
Tell me. Out loud with your words.
What is this? Hold on, I'm in position. Make me sharper.
You want to be more efficient. You want to be better.
He'll raise his eyebrows. Spoke with him. That was Mordecai. Met a few other gods lately. The one tonight really made me think. He said we're on the precipice of being too far gone. To go back.
Dramatics.
He'll shrug. That's what I was thinking.
Does
But
Dad notice
He-
this cool new birthmark you have?
yeah, I know. He drank my shitty beer, so. But anyways, he made a whole big deal about, oh, people are gonna start noticing and it's gonna be dangerous, something something bullshit, fear mongering. So I figured I'd make my intentions clear. I'm not afraid to go deeper.
That's good to know. So when the time comes, you won't hesitate.
There's no point in fighting fate. It's my duty as a scion of Indra.
So even if I were to tell you
Shoot the stupid dragon in the eye.
to take
Right.
See that
Scorpio.
stupid noodle over there?
So he is. Well, this is where we get in the trigger warning with the knife thing.
Or there's a noodle and a scorpion.
So if I were
See
to
that?
tell you to meet your maker right now here in this bathtub, for me, you do it.
He'll kind of think for a moment.
There's no thinking. You have to tell the truth.
Oh, he will.
Mhm.
He's just thinking about it. I don't know why anything stopped me before. What do I have to lose? But I have everything to gain.
Good.
And he's just staring him dead in the eyes.
Good dog.
Sorry, that got me.
Then we don't have to mince words. When you get on that train and you fight whatever's trying to make it go wrong, there's gonna be an accident. Promise me there will be an accident.
What kind of accident, Dad? Jeez.
What kind of...
RX.
Ow, stop. Indra's coming up from under my desk to stab me in the foot. Get out.
Pain for power!
He'll kind of... And kind of a... It's not a grimace, but it's not a smile. He'll bare one of his fangs. Barely an accent.
Good. We gotta maintain the status quo. That's what's most important.
Order.
Order, not chaos.
Uh-oh. Stinky.
I wonder who this
Who he's talking to? Jeez.
He'll nod thoughtfully.
Do that, and you're going to see more power in your life. You'll be known as someone who you should not fuck with.
Does Ravi know?
Ravi doesn't need to know.
He'll nod.
This is between me and you.
He'll nod again.
And I'm gonna keep this. And if you so much as disappoint me,
Been a disappointment his whole life. Sorry.
you won't live long enough to feel the regret.
Thanks, Dad.
Don't disappoint me, dog!
Dog.
Like DAWG or DAOG?
You're smart enough to know the difference.
He just grins.
See you next time.
He'll nod and turn the light off.
And he disappears. And for that moment, when the light turns off and your eyes kind of have to adjust, kind of how the mirror suddenly gets dark, he's gone. And then as your eyes readjust, you see your face where his was.
No.
Curiouser and curiouser.
What?
I said curiouser and curiouser. You have your legend back.
Great. Hope so.
Everybody's just like, oh, fuck.
I'll explain my
Here.
later.
Oh, it's fine.
No.
It's fine. We're fine.
No. It's the myths. The lore.
The lore.
All right, Jay.
Hi.
Who are you going to?
Who am I going to?
Did you decide yet?
I have made a very long list of entities that can do Forge. And I was hoping maybe Jay would probably spend some time looking into the many options, because he doesn't want to necessarily go to Dad if Dad is just going to manhandle.
No, I will say that for sure. That's the only thing you know for sure, is that your dad will make it look like how he wants it to be.
Right. And I don't want to necessarily give him the impression that Jay is buying into the ripping down of heaven stuff, especially with what Jay wants to do for his next long-term goal. So would you allow me to roll like an occult check to see if I can possibly glean into this kind of meta list of individuals that I basically picked out of the book?
Yeah, here's the thing. I would say, yes, you can glean that list through, long-term research or, whatever, and figure that out. However, if you want to contact any of these gods and stuff like that, it's going to take time to do so.
I
Because
do a favor.
either that, or you're going to have to try and get in contact, not necessarily with the god, but a scion of the god.
Yeah.
It's more likely you will encounter a scion of that god rather than that god outright.
Sure.
Certain forge gods stay in their forge. People like Hephaestus stay.
It's all because you can't go.
He
can't go anywhere, but like
nowhere.
there are certain forge gods that will that are not they don't go down.
Hera made sure there was no accessibility stairs, so you don't.
Yeah, there's no elevator.
So with that in mind, even if you came up with a list, you would not be able to find somebody
right away
today.
Sure. I think like my biggest thing is that I don't feel like Jay wants to necessarily ask Jaeger to do another favor for them. This is considering that Jaeger already asked us to do something, and we haven't accomplished that goal yet. So Jay doesn't feel right in necessarily doing that.
Fair.
I think Dog, I don't think is gonna make a very good fixed relic.
It will be inelegant.
Yeah. And I want to have a god's touch to this. And the only one out of this list that I think I can possibly actually contact, is dangerous. Possibly dangerous to me.
Why?
Because he's my brother-in-law.
You want to find Susano.
Because he has Forge.
Fucking parties.
But I don't know if contacting him is particularly smart, because he might want his sword back.
Is this what you're going to commit to?
I don't know, honestly.
I can't. I'm not going to tell you one way or the other.
The only other option that I have from this list is that because we already started a connection with the Netgear, Ptah or someone connected to Ptah might also be an option as well.
Ptah.
Yeah. Because he's the Netgear's forge god. Or I could just contact the Greenish Flame. Let's just get the mythos in here. But
Bad end.
I think, considering what you've wanted to do anyway, I think it would be thematically appropriate, story-wise appropriate, narratively appropriate for you to meet your extended family.
Okay. So then Jay will go in that direction. And because Susanoo has a temple on Oahu, he can go there. Or he can go to the Byoto Inn. It doesn't really matter. I guess, yeah, it would depend. How big of a sacrifice are we talking here that I need to really do? How much alcohol do I have to blast
Reach
through?
J level. Let's go.
Reach J level drinking.
Well, what would make Susanoo happy? Doing a sick kickflip, 360 no scopes, drink a buttload of Mountain Dew. He appreciates the thrill and the audacity of humans and doing cool shit. You could also definitely do a crazy bar hopping streak through the city and get yourself to Prince J levels of fucked up, but that might not necessarily get you a visit.
No, I think I know what
it may get you up there on the queue to make a request, but that does not necessarily mean that he will come right away.
Okay. Okay, so what I have kind of thinking in my head, and I can just imagine both Li Bao, Hokalani, and Micah not being thrilled about this, but
most of them are probably like,
no, honey. So
this is a bad idea.
What happens is that Jay goes to the top of a volcano, and then on a piece of cardboard, he goes down the volcano.
Well, no. What I was thinking about doing is that Jay will do the drinking streak, right? He'll do
and
that.
then the volcano.
He does the drinking streak. He makes a show of it, in terms of like honoring drinks amongst the kami and whatnot to other people, to make other people aware of this. I'll use my grand entrance for that knack. And then once he has gone throughout the night doing this, and reaching the 7 drink J level, Jay is gonna go to fucking, hold on, I need to make sure I have the right. I need to see if it's called that. He goes to Diamond Head. I want to say Diamond Mountain, but I knew there was something else. He's gonna go to Diamond Head. Diamond Head is, you can see it from Waikiki. It is a trek up there, and it is one of those cliff sides was the cliff sides that he kept Sydney from jumping because it was dangerous.
You're gonna go.
Yes, very dangerous to jump down to the water because the rocks are not great.
Good luck. I hope you can catch yourself.
So Jay's gonna go there, we'll say like right as like it's about to be dawn.
You've told them the whole plan?
I think Jay told them most of the plan.
Can you
Yeah.
roll something to escape your overprotective shadow?
Sure. What do I have to roll for that?
A finesse roll plus subterfuge.
Okay, let's see. Finesse.
Unless you want to spend legend to use your darkness or something like that to basically give yourself the ability to fucking dip using a miracle.
Sure, why not? We'll do
Play the
that.
funny flute and then just disappear.
Yeah.
Toot toot.
No, I'll use darkness. And I think it'll be just used on Li Bao probably at that point. I think he does that knowing that probably Li Bao has been not thrilled the entire night.
No.
And he's
used to stopping you before 7.
Right. Rightfully so. And he will say, like, before he's about to leave, he'll just say, "I'm sorry." And he'll spend the legend to kind of cause him to fall asleep. Fall into a slumber. He'll kind of catch him briefly before kind of propping him up in a spot where probably Hokulani and Micah can probably find him very easily. And then he makes his journey at dawn, while dawn is happening. And yeah, he's gonna jump. He's gonna jump into the water and hopefully not break his neck on the rocks. But maybe like also making a cool flare with my
Better
water
fucking
purview.
catch yourself.
I'm sure I can probably catch myself. You know what happens if I use the sword too?
I was gonna say, use your sword.
Use the sword too.
No.
Do a kickflip. Do a backflip.
Ollie off the cliff on your sword.
Use the sword as a surfboard.
Exactly.
I was gonna say, cut the water with your sword
Mm-hmm.
to do something cool.
Splat off the creek.
Do a belly flop.
Do a belly flop.
He'll be like, shit.
He thinks
Spit
all
out his
fucking
Mountain
hurt.
Dew.
he thinks all these things as he's staring down at how far down it is. But yeah, I think using the sword to make a show of it on top of everything else that he's done. He thinks if Sousa doesn't show up now, at least he tried. So then he'll jump.
What kind of fancy shit are you talking about using your sword for?
To fuck with the water.
So you're gonna make it so that there's no water to cushion your fall?
No.
What if you make it so that the water like comes up and like encapsulates you?
I want to do it where like it's a video game where like you spin down and then the force of the sword kind of curves the water up in like a really kind of cool ass wave.
Yeah. It makes a rainbow in the light because it's glinting off the rising sun.
Oh yeah, it's a big fuck you to her.
Symbolism.
Yeah.
You hit the water. I guess I should ask you to roll in athletics to see if you hit the water badly.
Sure. You guys mind? It's getting late. Can we use some momentum here?
Oh, go for it, Chief. Do it. Do it.
By all means, go ahead.
How much momentum do we have?
4.
4. Okay. So I'll spend 2 then.
You might as well spend all of it if you're gonna spend 2.
I mean, am I allowed to spend all of it?
I don't care. Var?
Alright, so 4.
I get caught by the police. It's fine.
4.
Find a way out.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll it naturally. 3 successes. Could have been better.
You're heading towards, hurtling down towards the water, and you know, nice, good clean dive.
Mm-hmm.
And the momentum, you can see the rocks, and shit like that. It's terrifying, but you're 7-drink J right now, so you laugh at the face of danger. Ha 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 ha. Lion King. You hit the ground. Not the ground. You hit the water. The momentum takes you down even deeper.
Snaps your neck on impact.
You got the bends.
And when you open your... And did you close your eyes or open your eyes? Or keep your eyes open?
I think he kept his eyes open. Because, like, when he's 7-drink J and up, he doesn't really show a lot of fear. He does a lot of stupid shit.
Oh, so your eyeballs are just getting smacked with water?
It's fine. He's got the water purview, so I mean he's breathing too as he goes down.
He can breathe underwater. When you see it as you're going down, and the momentum has caught you in such a way that you have no way of stopping yourself from going in, you see glass below you. Next to you.
Oh my god, he's breaking the glass ceiling.
Above you.
Feminist icon.
And when you kind of go all the way down and that momentum slows down, you touch glass. You try and swim up. You hit glass. You touch either side of you. There's glass.
Uh-oh.
Fish tank. And the glass box will rise. And you're essentially in, yes, a fish tank of sorts. And you will see, you kind of rise up from the water. And you'll see her.
Oh.
What are you doing, Jay?
The sword kind of shifts a little bit in his hand, and he kind of taps the glass with the sword. I'm assuming he can talk while underwater.
Sure, yes. You can breathe underwater.
Yeah. Trying to get in contact with people. I see you made the jump anyway.
Trying to get in contact with people? Or trying to reclaim your mantle?
The sword scrapes down the glass. How'd you know?
Everyone's watching.
Well, he told me that would happen. And he kind of tips the sword back after he probably made like a significant scrape mark on it because he has might 5.
Yeah.
Besides, I want to see his perspective on things. So unless you're capturing me for her...
Throw the horns in the lake, in the water.
No.
Get rid of him.
Why? So that you can take them?
so that the next time we meet, we don't have to fight.
We don't have to fight anyway. You look tired.
I don't want heaven to come crashing down.
Well, that's something we can both agree on.
It's gonna happen. Throw them away.
Everyone keeps saying that. Everyone keeps saying that fate has to happen. When people don't realize, his grip tightens on the sword, that fate is molded by your actions. I'm gonna try to break out.
Go for it. I need a might and close combat.
All right.
You're.
And then my sword gives me an enhancement, I believe.
I don't. What enhancement?
Let's see. It is. Let me find my sword. Let me find it. It's so nice and convenient having the cast right there. Kusanagi, what do you do?
Mind your own damn business, bitch. Bitch.
Okay. Blessing. All characters on the side of your choice of a fight, whether physical or not, gain +1 enhancement on all actions. Oh, Suki's gonna be mad at me for spending 2 legend right away, but sure, I'm gonna do that so that way I get a +1 enhancement on this.
Go for it. Hit it.
And then the weapon can only be used at close range. It must be used within close combat skill. It adds another +1 enhancement to close combat roll, so it's gonna give me a +2. That's 9 successes.
It shatters. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, that's an incredible roll.
Mm-hmm.
The glass box shatters. Water sprays out. Glass flying everywhere. And you'll see Sydney in her bathing suit. And her hair kind of blowing out because the sheer power of it is just intense. And you'll see her you'll see her kind of brace herself on one of the jagged rocks, and the sand around behind her lifts up and crunches together into glass. Sharp glass.
I'll say that Jay is probably like he's standing at the shoreline with the water kind of still like around like his ankles and whatnot. And he sees this and he'll say, I don't want to fight you.
Throw the horns away.
I can't do that.
Then you've made your decision. And we'll stop there. What?
Dad! Dad, my ex wants to kill me!
Help! Anyway, we'll end it there for you. And now I'm going to take a hold of the narrative really quickly. As it cuts to... I'm trying to like word this the best way. It cuts back to the ranch. And maybe it's like evening. No. It's sunrise. Camera's low to the ground. And you can see the silhouette of one of the cows getting fucking antsy and angry. And very, very intense. It shifts and molds and gets bigger. And there is, and the camera pans away from that silhouette, and you can hear the clicking of spurs, and you'll see the boots with the spurs. The camera moves up to muscular, jean-clad legs, and then to a fraternity jacket. And you'll hear, "One more task, bitch. And then I'm coming for you." And that's where we'll end it.
No, I was gonna say Wiley opens his door with his gun cocked.
He's like, "Who the hell are you?"
Who in the Sam Hill? Oh, it's you?
Ugh.
God
He
damn.
summons a lightning bolt.
He's like, oh, it's you.
I'll just do Kiva a
Fuck.
favor and deal with this.
He was about to get a phone call.
The end.
Yeah.
I'm stressed. No, I can't wait to do more.
Yeah, you can. You can wait. Yeah, you can. We can all wait.
I can, but I don't want to.
Hey everybody, that's it. That's it for today. That's what we're going to do today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys had fun with all that introspection. No, introspection was not fun.
Pinky.
It was stinky. Do you guys not like it when your characters get dissected in the narrative, in the framework of the narrative?
I mean, I was expecting it.
Let me go off.
I'm sorry. But we'll see each other again in 2 weeks, where we will be playing more. It clearly, we don't have a Nemean lion to worry about right now. We have a bull.
He's ruining the sanctity of my cows.
Well, your cow is kind of getting a little bit wild. So,
Put it down.
gotta put it down, and Hercules is here to help.
Wiley's gonna shoot it in the head and be like, "Your point."
I just did the
I just did it. But
get the fuck off the property.
What was that about? One more?
get off my property, bitch. Let's go ahead and go around and say who we are, who we played, our favorite part, and that's about it. That's all I want from you, really, honestly, completely, truly. We'll start around the overlay here, and we'll go to Johnny. Var.
Why do I always go first? This is unfair.
It's always me.
Well, I always feel like I'm first.
I do
But-
Taylor first a lot in Strahd. I think you're just first in the line in this overlay here. So
This point. Hi, I played Johnny, the Scorpion Chaos Child. My favorite part was just screaming at Wiley. To be honest, that entire scene. So
with Indra.
yeah, just oof. It was great, but oof.
It is ominous,
Oh yeah.
but no worries, everybody. Wiley will come back to us. He does have short hair now, though, so that's, I don't know how I
I'm
feel.
not changing your art until we get to third legend.
No, I don't want you to. I didn't plan this.
Well, now you
I
have to
just
live
kind
with it.
You kind of went with your gut, and it's a good, good job.
You can catch me playing the other Monday game, like previously mentioned, Strahd. The one Monday game we have actually, where I play as a warlock. She's cool. And then on the other Friday, I play another cool girl. She's Bruja. So, yeah, that's what I do.
Love it, love it, love it. Let's go over to Julian.
Hi, I'm Julian, and tonight I have played Jay. Even though, in terms of I guess the favorite scene or whatever, even though I didn't expect the Inari thing to turn as sinister as it did, I thought that was kind of cool and interesting. And I liked how it wrapped everybody in with the turns out you're going to be a shitty person in the future.
Finally got Johnny to admit it.
Yeah. So I thought that was cool. That everyone kind of got to face those bits of things. Though now I'm kind of sad that I want to know what Kiva's things was. What terrible thing she's going to end up being. I guess we'll have to wait for next time.
Honestly,
the real thing is Kiva's the only good person.
She's the only good person in our group.
Honestly, the only reason why Inari was saying those things specifically was because you guys are going to be turning to Legend 3 soon.
Yeah.
And Legend 3 is when the omens start appearing. It's basically the first real indication that you are not of this place.
Yeah.
That you are not of normal stock. And so, the electricity that crackles around you, the static electricity that people seem to have when they're around Wily, or the chaos that always seems to happen right around, just around Johnny when Johnny's walking down, a shelf breaks, somebody trips, it just starts happening. And when Jay gets his horns back, maybe people just start feeling a little bit funny when the full moon is out. So,
including myself.
So they get the crazies.
So Inari is just sort of warning you that if you go any further, as in complete these plot points for this legend, that you will
be closer to godhood.
Closer to godhood can mean a lot of things.
Closer to death. But yeah, I like that. I thought that was cool. You can find me on the subsequent games that have already been mentioned here. I play a light cleric who's sad boy hours in Strahd, and I run the Vampire exclamation point at the disco game, where we get to deal with a mortal, possibly breaking into the disco. So during daylight hours. So that'll be a fun romp in the day. Good change of setting, I think, considering BTM's usually at night. So check us out for that.
Awesome. And I am Jesse.
Did you do Taylor?
Oh
no.
Taylor. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Only 3 other people.
I'm Taylor. I played Wily. I'm biased. I had a lot of fun with my scene, like my solo scene with Indra, or Wily's solo scene with Indra. Excuse me. It wasn't me. It was Wily. Very slightly premeditated that one was. I'm pretty proud of how it came out.
So, very organic. Was it creepy?
Yeah, I couldn't stop laughing. I need to work on that, but everything is so funny to me.
I mean, I just kind of scrolled through the Immortal Odyssey to see everybody's reactions and stuff like that, so.
Yeah, I'll talk a little bit more about that when we're done here. But yeah, no, I had everyone's scenes were really fucking good. Lots of foreboding. Things aren't going as smoothly as we want them to. And I think that's great. And I'm very excited.
I guess like I realized that we do a lot of funny hee hee hoo hoo stuff, and I have to
You're also
remember.
getting in the mood for the Eldritch.
I have to remember to kind of get us in the right headspace to know that sometimes it's shitty to be a god. So, yeah, thank you, Taylor. Is it my turn now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Michael logs in and says what their favorite part was.
Hello, my guys. I am Jesse. I was short tail. My favorite part was probably just Inari putting everybody on blast. Right, as somebody who has fortune and prophecy is able to see that things get suspect. People may die. Bad things may happen around you, or are they good things? It depends all on your point of view, really. So I am very glad that gave you guys a good thinky think. And it's interesting to see how things are going to go down. We still have, some things to do here and there, but we'll get them done in the next episode. Give us a watch. Give us a sub. Give us a follow. We all want you to watch us. Watch us. Watch us. Watch us. Watch us. Watch us.
Suddenly like a big swirly.
Everybody
We'll
say.
watch you.
Everybody, please say goodbye.
Wait, I said
Goodbye.
hello. Wow, goodbye.
Bye.
Hello.